Hi-yo, Kermit the Frog here, and welcome to Muppet Monday! Yay! Anyways, today we'll be reacting to my episode uploaded by FreshX, uploaded on March 12th, 2022. So yay!
Not my best Kermit voice, but it is what it is. At least it's better than whatever we got today with Kermit's current voice with Matt Fogle. No offense, but still. But yeah, welcome everyone to another episode of Rate the Mantle. Today, yes, we'll be reviewing the character episodes of Kermit the Frog, Gonzo, and Fozzie Bear. So, yep, as you said here first, we're gonna react to the episode from Kermit. Well, first off, let's pay our respects to Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, and of course Sesame Street and all that, and bringing us the iconic character himself, Mr. Kermit the Frog over here. Said here, Jim Henson was the OG Kermit, bringing us both one of the most popular and iconic characters in the world, as well as the most few recognizable voices, which is a true statement. So yeah, I do have my other favorites from Kermit, like Steve Whitemore, who took on the role after Jim passed away, sadly. And then if we're going to the Muppet Babies selection here, I do like Frank Welker's version. He even voiced it like adult Kermit. I know Seth MacFarlane voiced Kermit a lot of times, one of his favorite characters. And then what was it? Matt Danner, who voices Kermit from the 2018 Muppet Babies. So yeah, let's see who could voice this frog over here. Because of that, and the fact that this is yet another tricky episode, half and half a little, let's take a gander of the possible picks. Yeah, I remember me and first were working on this and choosing the possible choices here and there, so let's see. Now, before we answer like this question over here, let's talk about some of the choices that were picked here. So let's go from here. And let's see here. Oh no, you're second. All right. Well, firstly, yeah, Ray Romano. Come on, you could just hear from the voice. And if you know that one Family Guy joke they did for Family Guy, then yeah, Ray Romano would be a great, Kermit's. And let's see here. Matt Danner. Yeah, so he's the guy who voices Baby Kermit the Frog from 2018 Muppets. And yeah, I think he would be a good like adult Kermit the Frog if he could nail like the baby voice. Dave Coulier, yes, he has done an impression of Kermit, of course. Let's see here. Brian Hall has definitely done an impression. Let's see here. Wally Wingert? Oh yes, because Wally Wingert, because I've seen his stuff on YouTube and Instagram. He does a lot of puppeteering himself, like with voices. He does really good impressions of all the Muppet characters, along with Sesame Street. And funny enough, I remember in one of the earliest episodes of Family Guy, like there was this cutaway with Bert and Ernie, and he voiced Bert in that one. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see. So and he does a really good impression of Kermit as well. So yep. Billy Crystal. I think because could be like Mike Wazowski or like his normal voice. I remember years ago I saw this video with him and Miss Piggy, and I just remember like Miss Piggy say something to him, and then he did an impression of Miss Piggy back. I was like, it was funny. I liked it. Ah, yes, Ray Romano's cousin and TV, of course. Fred. Yeah, you could just hear it from his normal voice in general. So yeah, Mr. Brock Baker, of course, does a really good impression as well. Ah, if you know, you know, with Kevin Michael just saying because when he was re-auditioning for the Super Shredder, one of the voices he did was as a joke was Kermit the Frog, who was like, "Tonight I dine on turtle soup." It was really funny. That was a funny video overall. So yeah, I think Kevin could be good as well. Oh yeah, Paul Rubens. We all know why Pee Wee Herman. But yes, rest in peace to Paul Rubens over here. Let's see here. With Eric, I mean, could do many impressions, so I guess it could be anything for him. Jeff Bergman was because he voiced Manny the Mammoth from one of the Ice Age games, so like he does a really good impression of Ray Romano. Jeff Bennett, can't think of a character, but I think he could do one. Same thing with Carlos with the Billy Crystal thing. This Mike Wazowski, I guess. Sam Vincent, I'm not too sure about though. I'm gonna be honest. Again, as I said this from previous Rate the Mantas, as you see this right now, Esca Bullock is non-canon to all the Ornamental episodes because he retired in 2018. So yeah. Steven Stanton, surprisingly, I could see him because of Sleepy for 7D. So yeah. See here. James Arnold Turtle. Now, I can't remember if he actually did the impression of Kermit, but hey, if you've seen James Arnold Turtle's like voice range, then you could agree with me. John Geessier, it was probably because of Pete Puma from the Looney Tunes show.
Hey Daffy, how you guys doing? Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Love that character. Now, many people are gonna be like, why the is Mark Hamill here? Well, first off, watch your language. And two, years ago, and me and Fresh were talking about this, we both saw this video where it's like Mark Hamill was doing these impressions of like, what was it? A funny version of his Sonic the Hedgehog, which was basically his normal voice a little bit. Him trying to do a Scottish accent with Mrs. Shrek, Genie, and of course, what was surprising was him doing Kermit the Frog, which is really, really surprising because it kind of reminds me in an own interview with Mark Hamill where he does a really good impression of Yoda. So, good on you, Mark. Let's see here. Tom Kenny. Huh. I can hear it. I don't know which character though, but like I can hear it from Tom though. Dan Castellaneta. I can hear it too. Maybe because of Barney from The Simpsons. That's how I can hear it. Ian James Corlett, I'm not sure he would be a good Kermit. That's just my opinion though. Bill Frickabucky, probably because of Patrick or just any of those kind of voices he does. Billy West, I feel like he could do it as well. I'll see here.
Huh, Bobcat Goldthwait.
So yeah, I can see it from his voice. Bill Farmer, I don't think, maybe. No offense to Bill. No, Seth, you already played Kermit. We all know the story. Matt Hale was probably Ed. Let's see here. Keith Ferguson was also the same reason as Jeff Bergman because he does a really good impression of Ray Romano because he also played Minnie the Mammoth. And yeah. So yeah, you heard my answers there for this Muppet over here, the icon of the Muppets. But yeah, let's see who the next character is. Ah yes, Hellboy, aka the Kool-Aid Man's cousin. Yeah, that was uploaded on Chris's channel, so yeah. So yeah, as first stated before, this was one of the tricky episodes where it's like we could go with Kermit here. For my opinion, because I was debating this earlier when I was like rewatching this as well, like as I'm watching the video. Let me see here. I mean, if anything, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It was a very challenging episode, but I will say some of the choices do make sense and some was like a little bit questionable, but hey, I did like the episode. So, yeah. But otherwise, let's go to the next episode.
Presenting Gonzo the Great. This episode was uploaded on July 1st, 2024. And yeah, fun fact about this one, I, Blitzy Fresh 100, chose this thumbnail for Christian Paris, and I gotta say, it was one of my favorite episodes of 2024, so let's get into it.
Yeah, so you can see the selection of characters here as well, and let's see. Oopsie doopsie, that was a mistake, but I trust no one would see that as well, so yeah. Dave over here is the OG voice of Gonzo and still voicing him to this day. I do have my other favorite voices for Gonzo. Well, yeah, of course, with Muppet Babies 2018, it was Ben Diskin. It really does a really good job with the voice and the character overall. And then from the what do you call the 90s Muppet Babies, Mickey Mouse voice actor, rest in peace, there, Russi Taylor got to voice Gonzo, and it was a really funny voice. But overall, with the voice of Gonzo, it's just amazing. He's just an amazing character overall. So yeah.
Who do you think could take over as the crooked-nosed daredevil? For Nick Kroll, well, I guess hear from his, oh yeah, Uncle Fester. Matt L. Jones. It could be Gunter, it could be Hector, it could be any of those characters. Jason Griffith. It was definitely his version of Jet the Hawk. Oh, come on, Rob Paulson. He could definitely do it. Come on, somebody do the voice I'm doing right now for Gonzo, Technus. Josh Gad. Oh, come on, there's Olaf, there's Chuck, any of those characters. With James Arnold Taylor. I don't know why, I'm getting Mr. Mittens vibes. By the way, the music that's playing over here, I totally love it. Good job, Christian. With Will Sasso, it was definitely his curly voice from the Three Stooges from 2012. Peter Lance. I know he was in a couple Muppet projects. Fun fact, he's actually the voice of Walter from Muppets 2011. So, yeah, that was pretty awesome. It could be anything for Brock, honestly. Ron over here, yes. Mr. Humdinger, and of course, other characters he played in Paw Patrol. It was mostly because when he took over as Digit from Cyber Chase for Gibble Godfrey, so that was great of him. Harlan Williams. Definitely know his works from Robot and Monster. Let's see here. That Go-To Robot he played in Meet the Robinsons and many others. Jason Schwartzman. Jason Schwartzman. Definitely because of Klaus. Gabriel Iglesias. Just his many impressions, of course. on, with D. Bradley Baker, you know he could definitely do this voice. And funny enough, he plays Baby Animal from Muppets Babies 2018. Ooh, I like this music too. Fred over here. Yeah, it was probably because of his Brainy Smurf. Ethan Trace was definitely because of his Iago impression. Come on, Charlie's known for doing this kind of voices. Oh, Jack McBrayer. What an interesting choice. Same thing as Brock Baker, and the same applies to Brian Hall. Just great impressions. I believe both of them did good impressions of Gonzo. Lee Tukar. It was probably because of Inky from Pac-Man. Charlie Day. Well, of course, Benny from the Lego Movie. Ah, yes, Barry Gordon, the OG 80s Ninja Turtle of Donatello. Pierre Michael. Some fun fact about him, he actually voiced Iago in a Lego kind of like short, I believe, or a show, and he did pretty awesome. Michael Bell. So I could think of it many things. It could be like, let's see here, Grouchy Smurf. It could be, let's see here, Charles. It could be any of those characters. I'm guessing it's Freddy for this one. Jeff Bennett, you could just hear from the voice. If it isn't Scratch himself from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Woo, yes! Ah, yes, because I'm the expert of Power Rangers. Estevez Giuseppe, because of Curio from Power Rangers. Felamar. Let's see here. I was thinking of one of his Mixo characters. Yes, it was. Yes. As I'm going back, it was. Oh, look, it's the guy that always wants to sue people for hitting him. It's Barry from Pokemon. Ah, yes. It's the guy who has an enemy that's a platypus, but you can't even tell every time it's just him the whole time. It can't be his Iago, no. It was just his paired sounds and everything, but Kissy Duke. Ah, yes, Campo Cooley. It was because of Scrazzle from Power Rangers. Richard Stephen Horvath. Yeah, you can see it too. With Hank Azaria, though, I believe Fresh suggested him, and it was because of, let's see here. I know because it was Hop. It was, what was it? Carl's assistant? I can't remember his name, so just let me know in the comments if you remember his name as well. Conrad Vernon. Oh yeah, Gingy. Not the gumdrop button. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. No. Ah, yes, Tom over here. It was probably because of Lexington from Gargoyles. I could also see because of other roles he's played. He's just got that kind of voice. Oh, look, it's the motherfucker named McLovin. You could just hear from his voice. Ah, yes, Brickheck from the Meadow, and of course Anu from the Lion Guard. You could just, yeah, I can see it. Michael Key. Well, it's probably because of his toad. Oh, come on. It's obvious for Key Ferguson, and it's the color of Gonzo's skin. Steve's on. No, oh no, oh no, oh no.
If you got that reference, good job, everyone. Who's it gonna be? Yes, Ladybug and Cat War. And I did this episode, and it was one of my favorite ones I did in 2024. So yeah, but my overall scoring for Gonzo's episode, as I said before, it's one of my favorite ones Christian did in 2024, and it gets a 10 out of 10. Like, the choices were perfect, the music was good, like, spectacular as it is, and yeah, it was just my favorite from the bunch. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this when I was reviewing Kermit's episode. So there was an original choice first mentioned to me, but I don't think it made it to the episode. It was with Dana Carvey because of his character from Masters of Disguise. The guy was like turtle, turtle. So I don't know if maybe he forgot or like I don't know. But oh yeah, let's go to the last character we're gonna review today.
Ah, yes, we saved the last one for last. Ah, waka waka. This is the episode for me, Fozzie Bear. This episode was uploaded on August 10th, 2024. Uploaded by my boy, Blitzy First 100. Yeah! And let's get into the episode.
Oh, thanks, Fozzie. Thanks. I just needed that today.
No problem.
Are you ready, comedy partner? Waka waka.
So yes, as you see my statements here, my favorite voices of Mr. Fozzie over here is both the legend, Frank Oz, and of course, who took over for him was Eric Jacobson. And then my other favorite of Fozzie would have to be Eric Bowser, who voices him in Muppet Babies 2018. And he does a really good job too, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. This one was obviously Cubot's. You could just hear from Bobcat's regular voice.
Pete Puma, yeah!
With Steven Stanton, it was when he took over for John Kassir as Pete Puma. Just an impression he does of Fozzie. Oh, come on, with Nick Crow. Come on, Gunter's the GOAT.
No, it's me, Gunter.
No, it's Gunter.
No, Gunter.
For Roger, it was mostly what was it? I think it was like the chief from Carmen Sandiego. For James, it's a special occasion because he does a lot of great impressions of Frank Oz's character, so I was like, yeah, he could be a good Fozzie.
Ah, look who it is! If it isn't Daddy Rogan.
So there's a funny story behind this. Years ago, before I did this episode, I saw like this like kind of like fan casting from like an actual like site, and it was like Ray Romano as like Kermit and Seth Rogen as like Fozzie. I was like, I never had that thought in my head. I was like, could he be a good Fozzie? I know he's got the voice, but it's like, no more weed for you, Fozzie.
Ah.
Yeah, you definitely have to go for that shit.
Ah.
For Peter Clemens, I know people might know him as Rolf from Ed, Edd n Eddy, but it's mostly because due to when he voiced it, what was it, Lego Yoda.
Dr. Scratch and Sniff from Animaniacs.
For Bob Bergen, let's see here. I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, now I just remember. It was his version of Marvin the Martian.
John C. Reilly as Fozzie Bear would be so awesome, honestly. So yeah. Hi everybody. Goodbye everybody.
So funny enough, in The Simpsons, Dan actually voice acted for a puppet. Like, well, of course, Fozzie's already a puppet, but like, there was this guy who was trying to do an impression of Fozzie, and like, Dan voiced that puppet. But I was still counted for this because that was technically like not the actual character. So yeah, and also because I could see it because of Barney. Now, this one's a funny story because if you didn't guess it yet, it was because when Don DiMaggio voiced Baby Forearms from the Benton reboot.
Ah, go already. That's why we explain we're babies.
It was just a funny voice from John DiMaggio. I liked it. Now, with Jason Sudeikis, it was because in this SNL skit, they were doing the Muppets thing, and it was like, he actually does a really good impression of Fozzie Bear, and I was surprised about that, so that's why I put him in here. Yes, the birthday legend himself, Maurice LaMarche. Happy birthday, man. Thank you for making our child awesome. So for the birthday man over here, it was because, what was it? When he voiced the alley cat from Tom and Jerry, The Magic Ring, and you could hear it, actually, so that's why I picked him.
Hi everybody.
Wait, that's Dr. Nick. Damn you. No, it was Brack for this one. Yeah, for Andy, because Brack is Zoric. And you can definitely hear it from Brack's voice. Hi! A lot of great ones for Fozzie. I'm really liking this. So, for C.H. Greenblatt, it was because of...
Burger. Yes! Judge! 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 Yes.
With Roger Rose, okay, some people not know who he might be. What do you call it? He plays Doctor Strange from Superhero Squad, Superman from Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah, he was in Happy Feet too. I'm trying to remember as that as well. I mostly chose him because in this one episode of Secret Secret Squirrel, what do you call it? He voices this platypus with this kind of voice.
I'm a platypus for crying out loud. Goodbye, mates.
So yeah. Now, people might not know who this guy is. He's one of my favorite people from a certain YouTube channel. So this is Instabutnot. He was one of my favorite voice actors. Freeze's channel. He voiced this character named Sean, who basically took this inspiration from like Barney's voice from The Simpsons. Actually, if you guys want, I could play a clip real quick. All right, here we go.
Right this way.
Hey, yo, anyone got a bag or something? I need to take a piss.
We asked you if you needed to use the bathroom before we left, and you said that you were good.
No one rushing me. It was annoying.
So this guy over here is Sean, the one with the blonde, and I just absolutely love him. He's one of my favorite characters. God bless his soul. He's just a drunk like Barney, but yeah, that was the inspiration for Fozzie. And we're back. What do you call it? What was his name? From Bonkers. Yeah, that was pretty much the inspiration for Jim Cummings. Similar to Kermit, of course, Ray Romano had to be here because, again, he has that voice. Now I remember Fresh suggested Harry because of Lenny from The Simpsons. In fact, we got the whole Simpsons like main cast of like the male voice actors. We got Hank, Harry, and then Dan. Matthew! If you guys don't know who Matthew is, he's one of the Super Mario Logan, well, I can't say it no more, but SML cast members, where he plays the iconic character, Scooter!
Hey, fat boy, you wanna fight? Hey, you wanna fight? Hey, fat boy, you wanna fight?
Ah, man, I miss Scooter. So with Jeff and Keith, it was, yeah, Ray Romano impressions. Hey, it's Clarence's voice actor. Now, funny story with this one with Tom Kenny, why I chose him is because in this one Dexter's Laboratory short or episode, can I remember, and what do you call it? He voices this ice cream truck guy, and Dexter just wanted some ice cream, and then apparently they had some history why he doesn't serve Dexter some ice cream, and it ruined his job and everything. I remember Tom gave him this kind of like voice. He was like, "Because you ruined my job," and yeah. Who are your choices to play Mr. Fozzie Bear? And then before I rate, let's see the next character.
Hope everybody enjoyed the Fozzie Bear episode. Ah, waka waka. And now presenting the next episode, it will be Animals louder than you. Drums. Damn.
Okay, I think that intro not the intro, the outro was a little bit longer than that, but yeah. Yeah, Toadette's audio was taken by Dee from Dexter's Laboratory, which is funny, so yeah. So for Fozzie's episode, I was gonna originally give it a 7, but after going back to like the inspirations for all these characters and they're like why I chose them, I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10. My boy Fozzie deserves better.
Hey, thank you, comedy partner.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, let's go to the final thoughts. Alright, the final thoughts. For today's Rate the Mantle, if I'm gonna go like ranking wise or like my favorite episode wise, my favorite episode of this Rate the Mantle's episode was Gonzo. I just love the episode overall. If I have to rate, it had to go Gonzo, Fozzie, and then Kermit. But I like these episodes equally. They're really good in my opinion. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed today's Rate the Mantle. I truly did for Muppet Monday. And yeah, if anything else, I can't wait to see you guys for the next Rate the Mantle for tomorrow. And if anything,
Waka waka.